having all of the women in this economy ain't gonna work because you gotta have some money.
Whoever thought that women would be dating around, seeing multiple men and telling other people that's what they doing?
And she said, I always tell my husband, my dress go up faster than you could pull your pants down. Like,
we gotta get consent from y'all too, but y'all
be
know
ready.
Y'all ready. The consent paper signed before we even walked in the door.
Right. Women are not just having preferences anymore. They're having standards.
Yes, you better stay with one of them because you're gonna have to spend that on all of them. But in a sense, you want it to be baby mama. I just feel like she wanted a mixed baby. I'm not even gonna try to. If we had to promote to a young girl, it'd be like, this is what marriage entails, or this is what it looks like, what would you tell them that they were getting out of it?
And when you marry the correct man, I feel like you get everything out of it.
What's up, sippers, and welcome back to another cup of conversation,
where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your host, T.
And I'm your girl, Coco.
And welcome back to episode, I think this is episode 116.
1,199. I don't know.
116, 117. One day we're going to be up there.
Right.
You know, we already past our 100 mark, so it's only up from here. And we did hit 500 subscribers. I don't know if you've seen that. And our Instagram
got over 1,500.
Look, I'm talking about climbing every day.
Every day.
Every time I look up, it's another 15, 16, 17, 18. Come on. It's just like, about time. About time. But you see what happened when you start putting some structure behind stuff? Like, y'all, stuff, people don't see. Y'all don't know how hard we work up here. Anyways, let me dry the boat today. Today we're going to be talking about, so we talked about women finding their identity outside of men.
Right.
And this kind of going to be a continuation of that conversation, but just a different lane. So I titled this one, Women Don't Need Men to Survive. What Happens to Love? Because I seen something on TikTok. We actually was talking about this a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. They're calling it a male loneliness epidemic.
Yep, they are.
Which is crazy because I never thought guys would ever see the day where they felt not wanted. Because, you know, we set this thing up to be the rib, be the helpmate, be the, you know, that's how we set these things up. That's why we weren't able to work at first. That's why we weren't able to get our own houses and loans and all this other stuff. Because it was set up to be helpmates. Mm-hmm. So now that the structure is changing, we can do all these things now. It's starting to look like women feel like they don't need me. Like, we've been saying that for a long time. Right. Shit, we don't need me, blah, blah, blah. But technically, at a point in time, we did.
Yeah, we did.
So
heavily. Yes.
And right now, we're getting out of that. So I feel like men are like being struck by lightning in a sense. Like, what's going on here? What's happening? So do you think that men are actually lonelier these days? Or are we finally just starting to talk about something that we've normalized and made?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I do think.
No.
Yeah. Oh, she want everybody to see her pocketbook. No, but I do think it's a little bit of both. But I do think that men are not. It's not that I think they are lonely, and the reason I say that is because I feel like we are part of the men that did all of the. No, we are part of the, well, I guess women too. Yeah. We are part of the women that saw the foolery of all of these men, but we're also seeing it in that same time frame. Usually you don't get to see it. Usually they fools forever. I guess in the past they've been. They've been, because in the past you were quiet about it. Right. Women were quiet about the stuff that they did. So now we're in a part of life where we're able to see you act a fool, and then we are able to see now you want to settle down. Now you want a wife. Now you want to, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to obtain favor all of a sudden. So I think that they are lonely, but I think they're exhausted. They've exhausted themselves with, I don't want to be a player. I can have all the women. They are seeing that. First of all, having all of the women in this economy ain't gonna work because you gotta have some money. Okay. If you're talking about getting a hotel room, you're talking about taking
a date.
Yeah, all that. You gotta take your woman on a date, then take her on a date. Then she wants you to spend that shit. So you realize that you ain't really the man you thought you could be. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what I think a part of it is. And then the other part to your thing is that we just having that conversation. Like, and I think a lot of women are showing them that what you can do, I can do better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what it's really boiling down to.
Yeah.
From finances, from relationships. I can date around too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whoever thought that women would be dating around, seeing multiple men and telling other people that's what they doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You used to get shamed for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saying that.
Yeah. And
we got options.
I heard this old woman, she used to come to me, she was one of my clients. She said, I always tell my husband, my dress go up faster than you could pull your pants down. And I said, girl, you ain't never told no lie. Look. And I'm not promoting like being promiscuous, but at the end of the day, like,
if we wanted to, it will always be easier for us.
Exactly.
It will always, men in their relationship with sex and lust, and it will always be easier for us. Right. No doubt about it. Like she said, my skirt could come up quicker than your pants come down. Like, it won't even, you got to get consent. Like, we got to get consent from y'all too, but y'all
we
know
ready.
Y'all ready. The consent paper signed before we even walked in the door.
Right, exactly. Like, you know what I'm here for.
Ready to go. I'm talking about easy. Yeah. But for me, I think what's happening is we're finally starting to unnormalize some of the things that we made normal. Mm-hmm. You know, like, oh, all men are cheaters. We just got to put up with. We don't. We made that normal. The whole baby daddy epidemic, a lot of women are not going to that. Like, opting out of having kids.
We not even having teen pregnancy. Teen pregnancy is on the kids.
Like, even the young girls know we're not finna get baby mama.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to my boyfriend about this the other day, that I think we went through a good era, and I'm so glad that era is gone, where women almost, I'm not gonna say wanted to, but in a sense, you wanted to be baby mama because
you thought it would keep a nigga?
But no, you knew. Like, you know the man's character before you decided to have a baby, but you still wanted to have a baby. So, essentially, what you were wanting was to be a single mother. Yes.
Okay.
Because I know plenty of people, and some in my family.
So, do you think people choose to be baby mamas? That's just an outside question.
In a sense, I do, just because the fact that, like, most women know the guy's personality. Now, it's probably like a case
I'm talking about the second. I'm not talking about the first. Let's give them the first. I'm talking about if you have a baby with them the second and third time and beyond.
I'm even saying the first, but I wasn't going to get no leniency on the first, because I know, like, a girl who just... I just feel like she wanted a mixed baby. I'm not even going to try to make it sound good.
Yeah.
In my mind, she wanted a mixed baby. Uh-huh. She knew these niggas wasn't shit. She's a bottle girl. You met him at the club. He been ain't shit. Like, he was fucking with your friends. You was getting into it with people about him before you got pregnant. And you still continue to get pregnant and made a TikTok about how you a single mother now. What did you think was going to come with it? Yeah. Even if that was his first kid, and he, you ain't even get to see examples of how he treated how he treats humans as a whole. Right. Like, how he... Yeah. His character. Yeah. Like, how he is as a person should have told you everything you needed to know before you got bumped up. Right. Like, even I got family members that sit around and complain about that baby daddy. Baby, you waited till you was 30-something to have a baby and still picked a looser. Please, you busting it open. You just busting it open for the wrong people. That's the problem. Right. And so I do think that those are choices, but people that... they ain't gonna listen to me because I ain't got no kids. Yeah, she don't know. She
ain't never been in love.
She ain't never, Yeah, it's just... Yeah. It's a choice. Yeah. It's a choice if you ask me, because he didn't want to marry you.
Right. I knew that even if I didn't get married to Carrie, I'm not going to say I wanted to be a baby mama, because I did everything in my power not to be a baby mama. But I knew that when I made a decision to even have sex with Carrie just for the thrill of it, I knew that the possibility of me getting pregnant, if that happened, I knew that I was picking a good person to be a dad. Yeah. I didn't know if I was picking a good person to be a husband.
Yeah.
But I knew for a fact he was going to be a good dad on who he was as to his people around him, who he was to me outside of me carrying his child. Like, I feel like you can tell a man's character when you're with them long enough to, to sleep in the same bed with them. You start to pick how they are with their family. Yeah. What other people say about them. Yes. So you start to see. So I always knew.
And I'm glad that you brought that up about character, because that's where we're going next.
Yes.
If we know a man's character, and we know that the Bible is saying that the woman should be a helpmate, he should be a leader, provider, and now we have caught up to an era and a standard. I know God probably knew that we was gonna come to this one day, and I knew he knew it was gonna be a tug of war. I know he knows this. What is the real value of having a man now then? If we've caught up in society, like what if we had to promote to a young girl and be like, this is what marriage entails, or this is what it looks like, what would you tell them that they were getting out of this?
I think that when you marry the correct man, I feel like you get everything out of it. I feel like you not only get provision and leadership. I think you can go really far with having two minds. Okay. Two minds better than one, especially if you have two minds that are in the right mindset and have the right, that share some common goals or have ambition on their own, and like just bringing that ambition together. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have been a business owner if I wouldn't have met my husband. I talk about that all the time. I seen my mom and my dad be business owner, and the struggle of being a business owner in that time when it wasn't popular and when people were not doing that and the odds were against you then. And I looked at that like, and my daddy said it in my grand opening, I can't believe that we're here because you told us you don't even want to be like us. You ain't want us to have to figure out where your next meal was gonna come. So I think that being able to have a husband that did want that out of life and didn't get to see that he was the only one in his family that he seen want to be something like that, it made him put that in me and be like, you can do that. Like, you don't have to struggle and be a business owner. You can have a business and flourish, So I think that having a husband can bring that. The provision part is good to have somebody. Another thing is nobody's going to love you like your parents, but your husband.
Right.
I feel like your kids,
unconditional
love, like your kids love you, but the love that and the nurturing that you get, your kids can't nurture you. You nurture your kids. But I think that's the adult nurturing that you get when you're older. You get the nurturing from your husband. Yeah. So the things that I learned this in therapy, that the things that my parents may have fell short in are the things that I'm looking for in adulthood, and the only person that can do that is my husband.
Yeah.
He the only person that can seal that for me. You get what I'm saying? So I think that part, I think companionship, being able to share your life with somebody and not have to worry about somebody else not wanting the best for you, like you don't get that outside of them.
Yeah.
And listen, I watched for our next guest, I watched a podcast, and he said the benefit of having a dad for him was, he said, as a man, that if you have a good dad and a dad that's in your life, that's the only time you'll ever have a man that wants you to be better than them.
Yeah.
And I feel the same with a husband. When you have a good husband, that's the only time that you can like get somebody that really genuinely wants you to be better than them.
Yeah.
Not wants you to have a good life, wants you to be better than them.
Yeah. Because it's in a sense that rolls over to his grace and his,
it's an example of him. It's a reflection of him.
Yeah. So do you think these days, since we are coming into like a new age of women, new knowledge and things that we know we can do you think we're becoming harder to please, or do you think that we're just finally holding them to a standard or like accountability that a man should have been held to this whole time?
Yeah, we holding them to a higher standard. Women are not just having preferences anymore. They're having standards. So it used to be, well, I need a tall, I need a chocolate, I need somebody got pretty teeth, all of them was preferences. You know what I'm saying? Now we having a real standard. So I think that, it's a little bit of both, but I think women are just having standards, and they're not, and I talked about this last week, and I'm gonna clear this up. I don't subscribe to having a man is better than having a piece of man is better than having no man at all.
Okay.
I don't subscribe to that. I was just saying that we have been,
that's what's been taught.
It's been taught, and it's been normalized to settle for that. And I'm not agreeing with that by no means. Like, I don't think that's healthy at all. But I think that we're coming out of that. We're coming out. We're willing to be lonely, and we're willing to feel whatever the wrath of not having a good man right now.
Right.
Until we find one, And
truth be told, historically, marriage used to be about survival. When I think about like the Bridgerton times, how I talk about the New England, the early England, how they used to find the wealthy families or the families that are prestigious in the land, and they go hook up. That's about survival. That's about leaving a good lineage. That's about having a good X, Y, and Z financially, living a lifestyle. But that's not about love and holding people to certain standards. So I feel like now we have a choice. It's not about survival anymore. It's about what we like, who makes us feel safe,
right?
Who is actually walking in their purpose, communicating right, actually being a good person. Like you have to be a good person nowadays,
right?
To have somebody,
Yeah.
Like you can't just
being fine ain't enough.
It ain't. And just being ain't enough. You know, men used to just get women off of just being. That's not a thing anymore. Like, and so I don't think it's a lonely man epidemic. I think it's more so of a
they laying in that shit. Yeah. You made
laying
the bed. Yeah.
Laying in bed. Yeah. Like I need you to you just trying to smudge your shoe off on the ground. No. You gotta go clean them, baby.
Yeah.
We need you to go scrub, take the time.
With the pressure wash out.
Exactly. So my last question is, can a woman respect a man she doesn't need?
Yes. Because I feel like you should respect anybody that you don't need. So I feel like I can respect you. I don't need you, but I can show you respect. Right. So I think yes, and I think too. What do you talk about need? Because it's never going to be a point to where a man does not need. I don't think we would have been put on this earth if we didn't need each other.
Right.
So I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how successful you are in your life. I don't care how many trips you done already been on. You done been on every country.
You need somebody
to share life with. And not that you need them, but you need them to bring out certain things from you that you might not experience on your own. If you live your whole life never being with that person or never stepping out and see having a relationship with a man, it's certain things that they provide that we don't naturally have. And it's certain things that we provide. And they can say the same thing. I cannot live my life without a woman. You need me to have your baby. I need you to have a baby, to have sperm. Whether it's your man or it's a man that gave it to the donor, you needed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want us to get out of this mindset of that we don't need each other. We need each other.
Just choose how much.
Yes,
that's the thing. Like you get to choose in life how much you need. You can say if you want a whole marriage. You could say you want just a sperm donor. Yeah. You could say, you get that choice.
We got a lot of choices now.
We got a lot of choices. We not left up to just survive and, got to stay in this house because he the only person who could buy a house.
Right.
Like, it ain't got to be like that. So I really love that.
Shout out to my girl, Oksana. She just bought her whole house. And I just love that for her. For this very conversation.
Hard. Exactly.
Yes.
It's going to be so hard for a nigga to be like, oh, she needed me to get this house. She needed, when I met her, she wasn't know nothing. She ain't had nothing. Like, you can't say that.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. We're making it harder to just be taken care of. We're not, we don't just need to be taken. We're just making it more harder. You have to be a well-rounded human being.
Which really, and the reason I don't, like you said, I don't think it's really a man lonely epidemic because I feel like they are benefiting from us not being that way.
They have to. Somebody is holding their feet to the fire right now.
Especially in this economy.
Yes.
You need you a good, you
better stay with one of them because you're going to have to spend that on all of them.
Exactly.
You going to,
seriously.
And some men, that's gonna connect for some people. Some men just work their lives because they want to spend it on.
Right.
So that's gonna connect for some folks, but y'all better make sure y'all driving in the same lane.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get one of them girls who, want to, and don't get one of them men who want a girl and you want to spend that shit. Like we need some balance here.
Be upfront.
And we need some accountability.
Yeah.
Know what you want.
Know what you want from the get-go.
Know what you want from the get-go. This was a cute little one, too.
I love a 1-2.
Love a cute little 1-2. And baby, they're going to enjoy it on YouTube because y'all attention span ain't that long. Anyway, like, we be saying some good shit if y'all make it to the end to hear it all.
If y'all picking up, we putting out.
You know what I'm saying? We filling the cup all the way up, but y'all get half of that cup filled to be like, I got it. Walks out the door. But on that note, y'all.
We trying to figure out why y'all ain't got it all.
Because y'all should have learned. Y'all should have went to the end for the solution.
Yeah.
Got to get the solution. But again, we hope we filled up another cup. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. We'll see y'all next week on another cup of conversation.
Bye.
Deuces.